everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crafty Beer Reviews. Today I will be reviewing yet another big-ass growler that I got from Mueller's. This right here is Columbus Oatmeal Stout. Now, unfortunately, that's about all I can tell you besides the ABV, because Columbus bottles a few of their beers, but the majority of them are only available on draft. They send up a few kegs from Columbus to Northeast Ohio when we get them. However, they really don't provide any information, which is a little frustrating. That being said, every single beer I've ever had from them has been really, really awesome stuff, so I can't complain too much, but I'd like a little bit more information. That being said, it is another snowy, freezing cold night, so how better to spend it than with a big beer? Big stout. So let's go ahead and check out the aroma. Oh wow, so right away there's a huge burnt roasty malt note. There's a lot of a dark roasted coffee. There's some bitter dark chocolate in there. Get just a touch of like a burnt toffee type of smell. This is a very big, bitter smelling beer. Yeah, really smells bitter, not really getting too much in the way of anything sweet, but let's go ahead and take our first sip. Wow. Damn, yeah, that is definitely bitter. Right away, the first thing you're hit with is a big dark chocolate note that fades into more of the really dark roasted coffee. It almost tastes like a dark chocolate covered coffee bean, because you have the bitter dark chocolate, the bitter coffee, and then it finishes with this huge burnt roasty malt note as well. Man, I'll tell you what, I enjoy bitter beer, but this is definitely a bitter stout. If you guys are more a fan of the sweet stouts, probably one to stray far away from. A little bit that burnt toffee, slight sweetness in here, but again, it's mostly bitter. And it's got a pretty full body. It's not completely full, but it does have a nice full body for the most part. It's got not as creamy of a mouthfeel as I would hope for in an oatmeal stout. You know, you think oatmeal stout, they probably added oats to really thicken up the mouthfeel, make it super creamy. And it's a coating mouthfeel, but it's not very creamy. It's not as smooth as you would really expect from this style, which is just a little disappointing. But this is a very, very tasty beer. And as far as the ABV, wow, hides it completely. If I was just doing this as a blind taste, I would say maybe 6%, nowhere near the 9% that's actually in it. So a very dangerous growler to be sure. But yeah, it's a very straightforward beer. You have a lot of those burnt coffee, chocolate notes, very dark roasted malt, and then a little bit of burnt toffee. Nothing beyond that. And then, like I said, I wish the mouthfeel was a little bit fuller, a little bit more of that kind of creaminess that you expect from an oatmeal stout. That being said, this is very, very good. Not really sure what the availability is on this one. It just showed up here a couple of days ago, so if this sounds good to you, I would definitely suggest getting it now if you're in the Northeast Ohio market. Otherwise, yeah, no way of getting it, and I don't know when it'll be back. So as far as the rating goes, guys, I'm going with an 8.8 out of 10. Like I said, a very nice beer, but I wish it had a better mouthfeel. Maybe a little bit more complexity, just a tiny bit more sweetness to kind of balance it out. Because it finishes very dry, too. But, you know, if you like that kind of beer, and I do, it's a real winner. Alright guys, so as far as my musical recommendation goes, I want you to check out a group by the name of the Rock on Tours. It is one of Jack White's side projects, basically. I want you to check out their 2006 record, Broken Boy Soldiers. If you like straight ahead rock and roll with a little bit of bluesy tinges throughout, awesome, awesome stuff. Good album for a cold night when you want some rock and roll to warm you up with a nice stout. Alright guys, that does for this beer review, and remember, I hope whatever you're doing involves good craft beer. See ya.